Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the B&B Tavern, where we take the most tedious thing in the world and we make it a podcast, because that's the better way of getting through things like this. And today we have our first guest here, which is Matty Burrito.
Hey, what's up, dude?
That was the cheesiest.
Love the intro there.
Yeah, it was the cheesiest intro I could find. I had some cheese laying around, and holy hell, that was some good stuff.
Cool,
hey.
Man. So this is your first episode ever?
This is the first episode ever. We're doing this. You are the first guest.
All right, let's tear it up. What's the
This is about to be live.
What's your demographic on this? Like how
it's crazy age range. It's from millennials to people in their 40s, probably, because Dungeons and Dragons is all over the place. So if you want to make references, go right ahead.
I'll try to dole them out when I can. I mean, the key there is like, I don't want to force them because I've been down that road before, and trust me, it's I know cringe humor is really popular, but like,
right,
gotta. I don't want to embarrass you.
Gee, thanks, Dad. Really appreciate that.
So like, what's this B&B Tavern about?
Rightio, I'm so glad you asked. Well, essentially, is taking the most tedious thing, and it is still fun, but usually the most tedious thing is sort of in Dungeons and Dragons is character building. It takes about forever and a day to make it, especially if it's going to be your first time in a session. So usually what we do here is we get pretty popular people or people in general who have never made a D&D character before, and we basically sort of help them create their own. And it's basically just to sort of learn about them in a more fun and untraditional way and just sort of get things started. So basically I have my D&D player handbook, 5th edition,
right.
And I'm going to read you some stuff and we're going to go over some things. And basically the way it's going to start off is you're going to sort of describe what you do and who you are, and basically you're sort of like your personality and what you do and what you're well known for. So, and then basically we go off of that, of building your character. And then later on, we will use that for a different series that's coming out later that I will not announce yet.
Okay. Cool. So wait, what I do in like real life, or like what I want my character to do?
So
I'm like really boring.
Explain who you are. Because you have cool stuff. You do cool things, man. Why don't you explain what you do on the tubes?
The tubes? Like online? Like...
Yeah. What do you do in the world of artistic endeavors?
Well, my name's crap, I need to get some notes. My name's Matty Burrito. I like to draw things. I do like really sloppy animations and post them up on YouTube for people to watch. I do a lot of, like, I'm totally obsessed with Pokemon, so I do a lot of Pokemon stuff, and got a bunch of original things I'm doing on the side too. And if you believe all that, you can look up you can look up my name. You can look at my channel. It's on youtube.com/MattyBurrito. Or you can look me on Facebook. I post a lot of stuff there too. Just type in Matty Burrito in your search bar. You're bound to come across my really twisted, cartoony drawings.
And
that was a horrible pitch.
You recently reached a milestone, didn't you?
Oh yeah. I did. I did some videos, and I got 100,000 subscribers from 100,000 really lovely, awesome, and generous people.
I know, right? And it's crazy. You're already at like 125K last time I checked you out, and that was like you
125,000 kind, generous people.
It's really amazing, and like the quote unquote sloppy animations are truly amazing stuff. As a matter of fact,
thank you, man.
Yeah, don't underestimate yourself, man. It's some pretty amazing stuff. Like the image that you see right now before you on the video is stuff that he is one of the many examples that he has made amazing art, because he's made the Tavern Talk cover image, whatever you call
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and he's
Made
also
some of
made
those for you.
yeah, and he's also made the amazing mug, which is our logo, and he's also made our backdrop, which is basically the tavern itself, which is fantastic, and it's really fun. And then, like, if you want to check out his quote unquote funny little short Pokemon videos, they have millions of views. Like within 2 weeks, the Pokemon Ruby, or the new series that you have out, it
Oh, it's a
like within
bitch.
yeah, within 2 weeks it got 2 million views.
Yeah, well, I mean, thank you. That was you describe it a lot better than I do. Yeah, we did some work together. I made your art stuff, and that was a lot of fun. And the Pokemon Ruby thing. If it's gonna be on the air, I just want people to know, like, yes, I'm making a part two, and it's oh my god, it's just taking forever because like not like I'm starting to be like, oh, I should probably try to like get streamlined with these, but it just takes so much time for me to do, and I'm always like going back and like changing stuff as I go, and I'm like just trying to up it and make it funnier.
Oh yeah, well you always get it's always a real challenge with any kind of project to basically step your game up, or in some way or fashion. That's why I always try to like find the highest point in anything and just sort of keep that formula and just sort of keep the high point sort of the same, so
Yeah,
that. But like I understand in your sense, like definitely if you look back at Pokemon Golder, the first part, and the first part of Pokemon Rubier, you will see a dramatic like increase of quality in the image and in the delivery of your comedy and whatnot. It's amazing to witness that within like a short period of like almost a year.
oh yeah, I guess it was kind of like a year releasing the two of those. It's like,
Something,
oh
yeah.
my god, like because I go back and I'm like, why did this take me so long to do? Because it's not like a Disney level of animation or anything. It's
Oh
really
yeah.
like fast. It's just really fast, and I'll use like I try to. I don't know. I'm just like looking back on it. I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I so slow?
Oh, it's still amazing. I would definitely say though that there's definitely, you can see a lot of improvement and progression in the newer series Ruby. Or is it going to be like a 3 part like the last series?
Well, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I can't like really gauge it right now. Like I'm working on part two right now, and I don't know if I'll be able to compress it into three. Like I definitely want to try to do like as much of the game as I can, and like I guess just the way I've been trying to pace it, like I don't know, it might very well exceed 3 parts at varying lengths because
That's very
I
exciting.
don't like. Oh, thank thank you. It's just like the last one, dude, took me like 7 months, and there was just so much going on in my life while I was trying to make it and finish it, and it's like 7 months is like I don't want to like wait or I don't have to something I do to take that long, you know, again. So I've been thinking about like, it was like 9 minutes, and I was like, I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe like cutting it up more so I can like try to get them faster, but also still like maintaining, I guess I don't know. I'm using this word lightly. The quality that I've got.
Cover a great distance within a short period of time, like you did with Golder.
Yeah, well, that one was all over the place. Like I was really just like trying everything out and having fun with that, and I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Like it turned out all right. The lengths were all over the place. Like not every video has to be like 9 minutes, if so long as like enough gets done.
Yeah.
About I'm like going a little too much into my process right now. I don't want to
No,
sully
this is really fascinating.
your tone, the tone of your podcast, just delving into my
This
shit.
this is the most chill crap whatever. This is to basically establish who you are, and we'll have fun making a character out of it. So this is really fascinating, your thought process of this, because also the way you think and whatnot will also help you build your character, because your character also has to have a thought process. This is a very fleshed out character.
Okay. Well,
So this
yeah. On that
this works
note,
out.
I wouldn't want this character to be anything like me.
Well, that also being said, basically, you can explain who you are, and then we can do the total opposite of whatever that is.
Yeah, well, we can add some like truth in there also. I mean, with D&D, it's like, yeah, I think a lot of because
It's
my friends
fantasy.
play a lot, and a lot of their characters have a lot of, it's like their own personal traits, and then it's like, they're either like dialed, they take one trait about themselves, and it's kind of dialed up to 11 and it just makes the character more fun. I guess it's kind of like how you write, characters for a show too. There's a lot of similar,
Oh
uh,
yeah, absolutely.
do you call it similar anecdotes, tonal things that you apply?
Words.
Yeah, you
I
apply a lot
don't
of
know
words
these
to them.
either.
But yeah, man, like I'm actually pretty pumped. Character creation is, I mean, I'll spend just hours on any like video game I play with a character creation option, just fiddling around with everything.
Well, I'll tell you right now that this is more advanced than even like Dark Souls customization, which I must admit, like Dark Souls or Elder Scrolls or
Yeah,
Skyrim,
yeah, dude,
it's like,
Skyrim. I must have spent like
oh yeah.
about like an hour or so just playing with those sliders, just trying to create the perfect Nord.
Well, this is no slider, my friend. This is whatever your mind comes up with. The ultimate slider, if you will.
All right, that sounds pretty dope.
So do you want to get into this?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right, cool. So definitely check out Matty Burrito's stuff because he will be also making some sick ass animations for our first D&D series, Shadows of the Oasis, which is going to be fantastic, and I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, man,
Uh,
we'll try to make it work.
I love how I'm telling people that like probably already know you go check out his channel. He has totally way more subscribers and probably all of you know him already, but definitely go
I
check him out
doubt
either way.
that. It's not that popular, man.
Oh,
My stuff.
yeah, right. Two over 2 million views is doesn't say you're popular at all. Right, understood. Got you. All right, so let's get into races. Now there is
Love racism.
yeah.
Do
Well, the
it.
good news is these aren't real people. Nobody's real. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 races to choose from. So you have a large variety. So I'm going to just run down the list right here. You can be a dwarf,
Okay.
elf,
Elf.
halfling, which is basically a very short person, human being. But
I always think those are the demons, like the halflings. Those are half.
No. We're gonna get to those, but I can understand why you'd be confused because the name is very similar to what we're about to reach, which is the last thing on the list.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go in, but I'm gonna get on over. You could be a boring old human if you want. You could be a dragonborn, which is essentially what you've been doing, but it's basically a human body with that's really. Did you ever watch SpongeBob SquarePants?
I watched a lot of the first season, and I'll catch it.
Do
Like,
you know Larry the Lobster?
yeah, the buff lobster guy.
Yeah, basically take that and replace the lobster bits and make that a dragonborn. So it's basically a really buff human body with a dragon head.
Okay. Buff
Um,
lizard dude walking around.
yeah. Um, they're usually very like strong built creatures. So you also got a gnome, which is sort of not like your garden gnomes, but it's very close to that. They're sort of different altogether. Half elf, which is basically half human, half elf.
Okay.
And then you got a half orc, which is half orc, half elf. I won't explain that process of how that becomes a thing. And then the thing you were talking about, which is a tiefling, which looks like a demon thing, but essentially what a tiefling looks like is basically a tiefling looks essentially it's this purple creature uh, that has demon red eyes and I believe, and then essentially sort of like human body, sort of with hands, and it's got nails like claw nail things,
Huh.
and then it has horns that that sort of like go into like a chauffeur, if you know what that is, like the Jewish
Chauffeur.
horn. Yeah, like it's a curled horn kind
Oh,
of thing.
okay. That's what a chauffeur is?
Yeah, well,
Is
I
it like
mean,
spelt the same way as like the chauffeurs that get your cars and drive you around?
I think it is actually in
How
America.
did that? Yeah, who made that connection?
I don't know. I'm not, but I'm not also not a hardcore Jew, so I don't know a lot of these things, and I could probably get exiled from any society really quickly if I say something wrong about this.
I just find it interesting. Like
Yeah,
there was a word for that. I just call it like yeah, the horns that curl up in the back or something. I
the
didn't know there was a word for that.
yeah, I don't. That's what. Well, I mean, it's a horn that does that, but like it's hard to explain the horns when you're not on video chat. You're just podcast.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Um,
envision it in my head.
yeah, I'll
Wish
probably
I could
send
show
you
it to you all what I'm thinking about.
real time imaging by Matty Burrito. But okay, so those are your options. So what race are you going to choose?
Oh man. Well, I mean, okay, I feel bad because like I'm the first guest you have, and I'm gonna pick something super boring. I mean, I'm always a huge fan of underdogs, and I just think that the human is just outclassed by literally everything on this roster. So I'd just go
Right,
with like a plain old, flabby, like fleshy human being with
right.
with age limitations and like what else are humans restricted by?
Everything.
Emotions and well, not to say these other
Okay.
classes don't have that, but like, you know,
No, yeah, they have their own struggles that are uniquely,
physically,
yeah.
if you match a human against one of those dragon guys, like, who do you think's gonna win?
Uh, Depending on who you, well, it depends on the class of the human, which is what we're gonna come to right now.
There we go. So we're gonna turn this. I want to take this human character and make it be able to stand like toe to toe with all these superheroes, kind of like how Batman doesn't have any superpowers, but he hangs out
Right.
with the Justice League.
Well, just so you know, it's going to start at level 1, so it doesn't have a lot of stuff. But later on, we're going to buff it to level 6, so it has a lot of stuff going on. But we're gonna start off at
Is
level
it
1,
like
and then we'll buff
okay? Is it gonna be like Pokemon Go, where if I get to level 5, a bunch of cool shit happens, and more of the game is unlocked or more character stuff I can do?
Well, actually, at level 3, so it's really early. It's just you gotta
Okay.
you gotta do. So it usually takes like 2 or 3 sessions, from my experience, that you get to level 3. So it's like not that bad. But anyways, so you have classes choices, and here are your choices. You have a lot of choices actually. You could be a barbarian,
Okay.
uh, which are usually sort of reckless. They are
Barbarians, like they're probably loud too. They get drunk a lot, right? And
yeah.
their weapons are made from like bones and really They have like savage looking armor and stuff.
No, they have really high quality stuff in this game, but like barbarians are more known for charging into battle.
Okay.
A cleric?
Cleric. Wait, I know this. They heal people.
Yeah, that is the healer.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that will be able to stand toe to toe with a dragonborn, but basically, well, actually, it could, because you can, whatever god you choose will allow you to use lightning to smite it or something.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, it's interesting because D
but
and D, like you see these character classes in like a bunch of different types of games, and then each one that at face value has like the same kind of lore about them, but then you delve into it, and then each individual game will have these little different unique things about each of the classes.
yeah, sometimes dungeon masters will modify it a little bit, just as because sometimes the stats are ridiculously like unhelpful, not
Yeah,
helpful at all, or they'll be like too OP, where to the point where it's like that one person doesn't even need the party; they could handle themselves. So they'll like either nerf it or amp it up sometimes.
yeah.
So
Okay,
you could be a bard.
bards are tight.
Yeah, and
I have a friend,
they
my friend Nick's a bard in his campaign, I think.
yeah, I feel like bards are sort of like the most ridiculously powerful ones.
Yeah, well, it's like they've got this underlying magic, uh, what is it, magic theme about them, right? Or magic
Yeah.
ability that they
Mm-hmm.
channel through music.
Sometimes through music, sometimes through just singing.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of like the songstresses in the new Fire Emblem game.
Yeah. I I actually haven't had a chance to play the new Fire Emblem. The one where it's like Duel of Fates or whatever it's called.
Yeah, yeah, Fates. It's good. It's like Awakening, except everyone has feet that
What?
you can see visibly.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, wait, what?
It plays very. I mean, like there's a couple of differences, but like when I was playing it, it's like this is pretty much like Awakening,
Oh,
which is
okay.
great because I love that game, and
Awakening was fantastic. I personally
all the
love that.
yeah, dude, all the Fire Emblem purists out there who have played like since the beginning with Marth's game are gonna be like, oh, you guys are fucking noobs, like, and immediately shut this thing off upon hearing this. Yeah, Awakening was my first Fire Emblem game ever. Loved it.
No shame here, because that is also mine too.
Yeah. Sorry, Lucina is just my main. Like that's my main girl. I know there's you guys have Lynn and who else? Who else was really popular? Mia and Kaida. Sorry, I'm derailing.
Mia, Kaida, Lucina, John Cena.
Yeah, I mean he's probably like downloadable in the game. You can get him. He's like I think he's a healer if you get him in your game.
Yeah. He's
Just,
probably a cleric.
just to bring it back home here. So
Lol.
clerics and bards.
Druid. You could be a druid.
Those guys are like they're good with animals, right?
Yeah, pretty much. They're sort of like
Like the
hippie wizards, I guess. Earth lovers.
yeah.
I guess. I don't.
Not
Hold on. What page is Druid? I'm gonna get some more detail on this. 64. Okay, so here let's get this.
Kind of
Here.
like
This is why I brought.
in Ragnarok online, right? They had the acolytes, and
Yeah.
they were all like,
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's pretty much that. But hold on. Let me read it for you. Yeah, it's the power of nature. Druids have the power of nature. Holding high a gnarled staff, withered with holly, and oh yeah, all right. So it is. It is usually somebody who is one with nature, just in sort of in general. So it is animals. Animals does come inside with that.
so they're vegans.
Wizard vegans.
Wait, that sounds great. Wait, I'm gonna write that down. That's a good title.
Wizard vegans.
Vegans. Yeah, I want whoever my character ends up being. I want him to fight like a legion of wizard vegans because that'd just be pretty badass.
The only way we can fight is through beef broth.
Exactly, man. Be like, yeah, like the character just gets so fed up with every time in a conversation, whoever he's talking to has to crowbar somehow that they're vegan and that they don't
Oh
eat
my
meat.
god, are you gonna eat that?
Yeah, and then I'll just have my characters like chomp on a giant just like bison leg in front of him.
It's just like has a chicken drumstick just in case for like running into vegans.
I
It's
just
like
carries it
that's
around.
right.
Yeah.
How?
Like this thing is like 30 months old, but it's worth it just to eat it in front of you.
That's great. A fighter, which is sort of like the standard knight kind of thing.
Okay.
They usually basically fighters have like a lot of stamina. So basically, like a lot of the abilities that they have is basically being able to transfer. If you're getting weak or something, you could basically transfer that energy into something else, which could basically they're able to sort of recycle energy and fight back a lot.
Oh, okay. So like at a rave,
Yeah, something like that.
transfer your energy to somebody.
I'm actually going to a rave later tonight. I'm gonna try to transfer my energy to that later.
Oh man, good luck.
Cause
I've been around
I'm-
one. I honestly like I can't keep up with all the
I can't
The
either.
dancing and the drugs.
I don't like parties. I don't like raves. But I'm just going there to see what the dancing's all about and then just walk away.
Yeah, I'm a home drinker myself.
Oh,
Like
I don't,
I'll
yeah,
hang out. Let's hang out. Let's hang out and listen to music and get drunk.
right. If I ever go to a bar with my friends, I will always say, "I'll have the rum and coke. Hold the rum."
Yeah, I mean, dude,
Because
I won't hold it because I'm pretty alcoholic. But no, rum and coke is solid, man. That's all you need.
right. Well, I mean, like if I've asked for Diet Coke before. It's like the most watered down thing you could ever
Probably
have at
also
a
goes
bar.
really well with rum. I'll have to try that.
It is indeed. It is.
Wait. Okay, wait. I forgot. I don't know how old you are, but if you're underage, do not. Yeah, keep getting
Don't
the virgin.
drink
Yeah,
if you're underage. It's just sometimes my parents will go like, maybe you can try out some alcohol now, and I'm like, oh my god, this tastes like shoe polish. Ugh.
no, my family's like that too, man. Like when I was growing up, it's like, hey, yeah, have a beer with us and drink with us because
That's the
we're
safest you'll ever be with drinking.
yeah. I know, yeah, that was their philosophy. And I was like, all right, and then it's like, this tastes gross. And I guess with me, it was like the more I did, it was like, oh, this actually tastes kind of good. I guess it was like an age thing. It's like,
I
oh,
guess it is an age
I
thing,
like beer
but
now.
I've well, that's good. What is your favorite beer? I actually must ask this because I'm actually curious.
Well, okay, if you ever find yourself in the Philippines, so San Mig has this one beer, Pale Pilsen, probably my favorite, and I think maybe
Okay.
half of that is attributed because it comes in this like groovy kind of like tiny dark brown bottle. It looks really regal, and then I don't know, I just like it. Tastes good.
Wow. Well, I mean, I will try to not have that one day. I man, I will let my dad know about that because he
No, but
is
dude,
definitely the beer enthusiast.
yeah, no, but I'll tell you this much. When I was living there, right, my friend Jake flew over to visit and hang out with me and my friends for a month, and he taught me how to make what is essentially mead from beer and honey, where
Oh, what?
if you take like any and I say this with extreme caution to anybody listening because I mean if again only if you're of age when
Yeah.
you mix them together, when you mix beer and honey, the guy his friend who told him about it said that that's pretty much what mead tastes like because it's like honey wine or something. So we tried it, and sure enough, it's like the most delicious like sweet drink ever. And oh my god, I had to really like stop because I was like mixing it all the time and drinking it I mean it's so sweet and tasty, it's like juice almost. I can pound, they're supposed to milk your beers, but I could like pound them in like single gulps. It was really bad.
Ooh, the sweetest drink I've ever had, and I still have it in my fridge right now at the hotel I'm at. Um, it is this? I went to this Hong Kong market with my friends to have all this
Tight.
like different Southeast Asian like treats or whatever that you can only get there in like Louisiana, and basically there's this fruit punch tutti frutti fizzy pop soda that is apparently off the chain,
Okay.
and it is
Huh.
like a
Is it really called
warhead.
that?
It is a tutti frutti fruit punch, yes,
All right, tutti frutti fruit punch.
and it is a fizzy pop, and it is so bizarre and so. It is delicious, but I think if you spiked it with something to dull down the sweetness, it might actually be good.
Okay. I mean, you had me at you said it tastes like a warhead. That sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, I didn't know if you liked warheads because if for those who I assume watched Pokemon Gold, I just I is that the reason why somebody ate five warheads and exploded?
Oh yeah, I mean that was always like a running joke with like oh sorry, that was my phone. Like yeah, wasn't that like a thing? Like because I feel like that joke had been done before.
I've never heard that
I
joke,
just
but I
like
also I'm a very uncultured person.
Yeah, me too. But like, I know, like, I just kind of live by this thing where it's like, yeah, anything you do, in writing or in a thing, it's just everything's been thought of already. So I just assumed that joke had been done before. But yeah, like, I love warheads, man. Except when they
If it
cut the roof of my mouth.
I'm sure, but if it is a running joke, you've made it mainstream now,
Oh yeah,
which is
what did you
probably
like it?
well. I never. It was the most randomest, funniest thing I've ever seen. It's just like, save me. Do you want to see me eat 5 warhead? It's like, what? What just happened? But circling back around to
Yeah,
other
yeah,
things, a monk. You could be a monk, which is the martial arts folks.
yeah. Why were they always
Um,
called that? Like monks,
that's
like for martial artists, because it's the same in like Final Fantasy, right? Like Tifa's like considered a monk.
yeah. Well, I mean, there is the real life martial art monks. There's like two different types of monks. There's like
Oh
there's the
wait,
monks that are,
yeah, you're right.
yeah. I was about to say, like, I know what you're thinking. Like the first time when before I realized there was actually martial arts monks in real life, they're all I knew was the monks in Catholic Church.
Right, and like even in Asia, the monks that they just pray all the time, and
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, there's also monks that do really kick-ass martial arts, and like they're
they're freaking awesome.
legit. Yeah.
But just so you know, some of these things sort of have like a. Once you reach level 3, they gave you like a path. So
Oh,
basically, you're not just this; you are also this with this. So
oh
a
wait,
bard,
the alignments.
yes,
All right, yeah.
no,
Oh,
no, not the alignments. The alignments is something different. That's your. We'll get to that.
okay.
Your alignment is essentially what you are. You are either chaotic neutral, meaning you're just crazy, and you can do crazy stuff. Like you could just suggest to your friends, like, "Is that shop really expensive?" Well, I mean, we could kill the owner of the shop, and we could go get the stuff for free.
Right.
Stuff like that. You could suggest that, or you could be lawfully good, or you could be evil bad, or chaotic evil, like really crazy evil. Like basically, you could be the Joker if you
Yeah.
want to.
My friend like
Um,
had told me what the like it explained to me what the how the alignments work and stuff. It was pretty cool. Like you have good, neutral, and evil, and then you have like lawful, chaotic, and oh wait, sorry, is it
yeah,
like neutral's one of the? It's like you can be like neutral, lawful, or chaotic, and then there's like good and evil, or
yeah. There's good, evil, neutral, and neutral has a couple of options, but really it's either good or evil.
yeah,
That has a lot of options, but it's more than not. A lot of people go with either chaotic, neutral, or lawfully good. If you choose evil, you're trying to kill basically your teammates, and you're going to be pretty much a dick the whole time. Which is some DMs are okay with that,
yeah,
but some people aren't. But like some people like a good villain,
yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes
Who doesn't?
yeah.
It's like it probably yeah for a
Well,
DM it would probably get kind of like overwhelming when everyone's evil and everyone's trying to kill each other.
yeah. If the and it also depends on how you roleplay. Because if you're gonna try to be evil right off the bat, then that's not gonna fly. But if you like try to be evil after you develop sort of like an interesting like thought process with them, and you may not agree with some of the characters because you might find them annoying as characters, then that's okay. Because then you're basically saying, "Oh, my character doesn't like him because he's annoying, and my character's evil, so he'd probably think of just like finishing him off," which is like makes sense.
Yeah, man. And that's another like aspect of D&D that I always really admired is how like a lot of it is it's improv. Like you're embodying a character and you have to play it,
You have to be in the moment.
right,
Yeah.
and it's got to flow with the scenario that's going on, and you do that with like a group of people, and it's just like an improv troupe, I think.
Yeah. Uh, to a point, but yeah. It's an improv with real rulings. Of battle systems, anyways, and rolling dice.
But the dice look
Um,
cool.
the dice are amazing. Now, essentially, I should explain this really out off the front of the bat, but basically, each class has sort of like you can choose a path for. So for example, as a warrior, you could be a dueling warrior, a self defense warrior, or you could be a on headstrong warrior, sort of like or
Oh, okay.
fighter. So, but like in a monk, you could be like an elemental monk. So you could be like doing martial arts and shoot fireballs, or you could be like
Oh,
a shadow
airbending.
monk. Yeah, you can airbend. You have to choose your element though. There's
Uh,
wind,
yeah, yeah, I get
fire.
you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like for monk, there's my would. I'm playing a character named David right now at this session, and the monk I'm playing as is a shadow monk, which means basically he can travel in the shadows and also turn invisible, for the most
Oh
part, or
shit.
really
Nice.
sneak really well,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
they're
dude, badass.
they're fantastic. Um, but yeah, and then you have a paladin, which I have no idea actually what that is at all. Which I have to
Yeah,
look at that. Right.
they're like bigger, better knights as far as I
Oh,
know.
I'm so sure they are.
They
I
all,
have to look at this.
their armor's like
Oh,
super
oh
shiny
yeah, yeah,
silver, and they have capes.
yeah. They're like superheroes, the original Iron Man or whatever.
They look really Fire Emblem.
Okay, let's see. Paladins are united by their oaths to stand against the forces of evil. So they're like superheroes, basically.
Okay, yeah.
Whether sworn before gods, altar witness. Okay, moment. Paladins oath of Okay, so okay, so fighters are okay. A paladin create the most important aspect of paladin characters the nature of his or her holy quest. Okay, so basically, a paladin's like a really heavy armored dude or dudette
Right.
that is basically really strong. It's essentially like, do you play Overwatch?
I love Overwatch. Never played it. Don't
Do
have
you
the
know the
time.
giant dude with the shield that
Oh,
sort of
Reinhardt.
come?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Russian dude.
Sort of. Was
You're.
he Russian? I thought
I,
he was German.
yeah, probably German. I'm sorry. What's her name? Zarya is the Russian girl, and then
Yeah, or Austrian, whatever you choose.
yeah, some kind of European.
Whatever.
You're all the
So,
same. What's in my
you're
head?
all the same Europeans, blah, 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 taking our jobs, yada yada. Um,
I'm kidding.
or you could, lol, we love yous. Um, you could be a ranger,
Alright.
which a ranger are sort of people who are like more than not they are usually the people that are sort of the snipers of the group. They will use a lot of bows and basically they are the scout masters is what a ranger is. It's basically they're really good at survival.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they're also all about like nature, and yeah, they primarily use the bow and arrow. They got that
They
going on.
are they are physical fighters of nature as opposed to a druid who is a magical nature fighter,
Yeah,
a
they can
vegan
handle it.
wizard.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
pretty sweet. I mean, they
pretty
go hand in hand with like I'm just waiting for you to get to my favorite class, but I'm sure it'll come up.
rogue.
Yeah, man. Wait, I mean those are the thieves, right?
They are the thieves. They are also the assassins.
Perfect.
Usually people make an assassin rogue, you know.
Yeah, man.
But
All about
I'm
that
gonna tell
dark
you the
brotherhood.
no trouble. Um, and then the last three, which is a sorcerer,
Alright. Still pretty awesome.
which is basically like
Heavy with the magic.
crazy magic, really extreme crazy magic. Sometimes you can't even control.
Yeah.
Uh, like you could turn into an animal while shooting missiles.
Okay, well that's
um,
pretty like yeah, that sounds like something you'd have
it's
a
a
hard time
bunch
like
of
keeping in.
rolling dice. It's a lot of rolling dice and seeing what you are.
All right. Wow, man.
I've seen one person done it, and then essentially what happened is after like 10 rolls, they turned into a pink basset hound for about an hour.
Oh, they were like their roles kept them stuck as that.
stuck as that for an hour. Yes.
You could probably use that. I'm sure you could find a way to spin that to your advantage. Being a
I guess
giant
so.
savage dog for an hour.
No, no, like a normal sized basset hound.
Oh wait, basset hounds aren't the. Those are like the domesticated ones. Like,
No, those are the ones with the really droopy faces.
oh, yeah, you can still use that to your advantage.
I guess, like his adorableness.
Yeah,
Yeah, give a
a lot of
persuasion
security
check.
breaches you could do as a docile, unassuming pooch.
I guess, but like it's a pink dog.
Wait, I gotta look up what basset hounds are. Hang on, like keep going. Like,
It's official. He does not
research,
know
make
what a
sure I got my
basset hound.
facts straight.
You've got to fact check this basset hound, bro. Don't know
Oh
what
yeah,
these
yeah,
animals
man.
are these days.
Oh, that's what those are. The dogs with the winged ears, the ears that look like they
Yeah,
could be
with the
winged.
really droopy. Yeah, the really droopy faces.
So that's what Droopy is. Droopy dog. You know who? You know the Hanna
Yeah,
Barbera character.
yes, I do.
Who? Who?
Um, you could be a warlock,
All
which
right.
everybody says is basically a shitty wizard, but that's what I hear a lot. That's what I hear a lot of people say.
Okay, and I always felt like they were just like evil or like it's kind of really dark tone to it.
They maybe are. I don't know, but I've heard also that like those who choose warlock, it starts out really rough for them, and then if you stick with it, they get ridiculously
Oh,
overpowered. But nobody really knows that because nobody really goes for them. So, hello.
oh, yeah, yeah. I still hear you. It's coming in kind of
Oh,
choppy,
my bad.
just for a second there.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. All right. All better. All better. We're a happy family now. Um.
Solid.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And the last one is a wizard, and you know what a wizard is.
Yeah,
Wizard.
self-explanatory.
Yeah, but I feel like from what you're saying is that the good old roguey rogue is what you want to be.
Thieves Guild.
All right. Why did I even ask?
No, but
Um,
it's cool. I like cycling through all the classes. Like I love like
oh
I'm a
yeah,
sucker for that. I like hearing all the descriptions and talking about them.
that's really important. What is your age?
Uh, let's be realistic here. Let's go with 24.
Sure. All right.
Even
Um,
though I look like I'm 30 something, but yeah.
well, no, I mean like it's just funny that you said for fantasy. Let's be realistic here. Um, what's your height?
Yeah. Again, let's go with 5'7".
Oh wow, okay, that's already preset. I'm using the Amazing Orc Pub right now.
All right. What's that?
What is your? It is a
You say the Amazing
basically a
Orc Pub?
it's just called Orc Pub,
Oh.
and it's basically it helps. It makes it easier to create characters and basically sheets, and then you can export them as PDFs.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah. So what we're
Yeah.
doing right now, what I'm doing right now is while we're working on all this information, uh, I will basically have all that set up for you. And export it as a PDF so I can send it to you and you can have this as your cherishable whatever you're naming this.
Oh, dude, sweet man. Thank you.
So, no problem. So, what is your weight, sir?
Let's see. 140.
140, 140 pounds.
Yeah.
Good gollywog. Okay. Skype. Anyways, okay, so let's see, Rogue Thief. What is your background? Were you a folk hero, an acolyte, a criminal, noble, a sage, or a soldier?
Let's say yeah. Let's say I was a
A criminal.
soldier.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. Let's
You're
go with the like. I was a 9 to 5 average Joe who just got so fed up with the work and was like, I could just steal everything and make my own
so
money
you
instead of making
want to
minimum
be
wage. And
noble or
oh,
oh well, I'll just type in average Joe, and we'll make that a.
Yeah, it could have been like
setting.
just like a lowly like guard in a town, or maybe like a.
Oh, okay. So we'll go with soldier, but like it's not like oh I fought in the war soldier. It's like one of those like
Oh yeah,
the
I got like
Queen's
latrine.
Guard or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shitty soldier.
Right. Okay. This is going great.
Do it for other people.
Yeah. Okay. So what is let's see your proficiency. So you can choose four. You can choose about four skills you're proficient in. You have
Sweet.
your acrobatics, you have your deception, you have your insight, you have your investigation, you have your perception, you have your performance, you have your persuasion, you have your sleight of hand, which is basically pickpocketing, and you have stealth.
Awesome. All right. Well, stealth and sleight of hand. First two.
Okay.
Got to go with that.
All right.
I would say yeah, deception also very important in my head.
Yep.
What were the other ones?
Acrobatics, insight, investigation, persuasion, performance, and perception.
Okay.
Perceptions means basically when you're actively looking for something, you're very good at it. Performance is basically if you want to do like a impressive stunt to do something, then basically uh, you can basically like be MacGyver or whatever. Like
Okay.
be really cool. I don't know. We're gonna need a montage.
Be like
And
Bond.
because you're, yeah, James Bond. And because you're a soldier, you're already proficient in athletics and intimidation.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna go with. I want to be flashy. Let's go with performance. Huh? What?
Oh, and also acrobatics as well, because acrobatics means you can basically you
Buildings.
yeah, and also be like a cat and land your feet more often than not.
That's kind of cool too. Trying to think. What would Solid Snake have?
Are you?
Or no, not Solid
what?
Snake. Big Boss have.
Big Boss?
Yeah.
Is that the name of your character?
No. That's pretty much who I'm thinking of though when I'm like trying to craft this here. The Love Metal Gear.
Okay, I see why you chose this.
I'm going. Yeah, let's do acrobatic. Gonna have to go with that. I can perform like some nifty maneuvers.
Acrobatic?
Yeah, let's go with acrobats.
Sure.
So
acrobatics.
Yeah.
So you are proficient in Go
right.
ahead.
Sorry, no, sorry.
No, it's fine. So you are proficient in acrobatics, athletics, deception, intimidation, sleight of hand, and stealth.
Everything a thief who likes breaking and entering would probably need.
Rightio. So your language is common, which means English, basically.
Okay.
But that's what they call it. They call it common.
Common.
And what exotic language do you want to know? Do you want to know Arakarak? Arakokara? I don't know how to spell that. Or say that. It's two A's, then an R, then an A, then the K, and an O-C-R-A. Arakokra. Abyssal. Abyssal, I believe, is the snake talk. Auron, celestial, deep speech. Don't know what that is. Draconic, I know you can read Dragonborn stuff. You can read the writings of dragons and understand the language. Okay. Infernal, primordial, Sylvan, and undercommon, which I guess is Latin. I don't know.
Interesting. Undercommon. Which one is? Let's see. Let's keep it sexy. What's Elven speak? What do elves talk like?
Great question.
they,
Uh,
they
um,
speak a higher common, uncommon, if you will.
very house very. It's called uncommon.
I don't know. I always see elves as
Um.
being like super, like the pretentious ones. They're just like the humans
Oh
with
yeah.
ears, and they got magical
Yeah. Yeah.
properties.
Yeah. It's like Vulcans basically.
Their skin's probably perfect. Vulcans from Star Trek.
Yeah.
I thought Vulcans had like that's Spock, right? He's a Vulcan.
Yeah. 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 Pointy ears.
You're right.
Feel
Yeah,
more superior. Yeah.
I was thinking of what's it? Commander Worf's race, the mushy face.
Klingon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Klingons are the ones with like the like bruisey faces going on,
Oh God. Okay.
pruny faces. I think it's more accurate.
Right. I suppose so. I didn't really think about that. It's just I just thought of it as an alien. Um, I don't really know how Elven sounds. Maybe somebody in the comments can say what Elven sounds like. But right now, I don't know what Elven sounds like. I always jokingly said it sounds like Elvis, and everybody makes those grunts that Elvis Presley makes.
Hey, it could work.
I I guess. Uh-huh.
Well, let's stick to what like I guess is on the page there. What was it? Akarash?
Oh, so Elven is not even a choice. It's Sylvan. That's what it's called.
Oh, Sylvan.
Yeah, I really don't know a lot of these things. I actually should look them up and understand them more. But I think some of the things, some of the languages, if I'm not mistaken, if you know a specific language, it's easier to learn more advanced, powerful spells.
Okay.
So if you like run into a spell book of ancient magic of something and it has a specific type of language and you know that ancient or exotic language, then you would be able to master it if you
All
have
right.
like something to do. But that's more wizard. So I mean, I I can't tell you what you want to learn, but I will tell you that maybe draconic could be useful. I don't know.
Uh, hmm. Okay, with Sylvan, that's not actually Elven. It's just this other
No,
language.
no, Elven. Elven's actually Elven.
Okay,
And
but that's not on the
Elven,
list.
no, and Elven is basically the language is pronounced as Elvish.
Elvish. All right. All right. Uh, what's the one that lets me talk to snakes?
I think that's Abyssal.
Abyssal. Yeah, that rolls off the tongue well. I'll go with the parcel tongue powers.
Yeah, it might be Sylvan because as for snakes, but I really don't know.
I just love Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, man.
Um, what? Let's see.
Wait, you know what? No, let's go dragon. Let's go dragon. I'll do the dragon.
Draconic. Okay.
Yeah, I can probably think of a funny reason why my character would know that.
You know dragons? I slept with one last night.
It's got like a
Till
great.
the end.
It would probably involve a weird fetish of some kind.
Okay, right. We're not gonna do the. Oh, actually, here. Let's choose an instrument that you. Yeah, you can have a viola, a shan, which is a horn, a pan flute, a horn, a regular horn, a lyre,
A liar.
a lute. Yeah.
Like a tiny lute.
No, I think that's like I don't know. Look that up real quick. You have a lute, which we know what that is, and you also have a flute, and a dulcimer, which I don't know what it is, a drum, and bagpipes.
Any ocarinas in there?
No, but we could. Like I just say. I mean, it's not letting you choose. Okay, so I guess no ocarina right now, unless you maybe find one.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Like none of those. I feel like a guy who's sneaking around everywhere would just have on his person, sneaking around with like a giant violin or like a pan flute. Or maybe
or bagpipes.
yeah, bagpipes would be like that's totally like a bard's thing.
No, a lute would be more of a bard's thing, because you can't sing You can't sing and play the instruments at the
Oh, true
same
enough.
time
Yeah.
with the bagpipes.
I was thinking of
Uh,
Monster Hunter, how you can fight with like there's a I forget what it's called that class where you can fight with a bunch of like horns and bagpipes and
a
like
percussionist?
yeah I gotta look it up something like war musician or something.
I mean, if you don't want an instrument, you don't have to have an instrument. I mean,
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try my luck with that. Not have one, and then hope to God that my character will find a keytar laying around in Middle Earth somewhere.
right, yo. Well, the way that these creatures are these people are going to be used is totally different. So
All right.
we'll see what it is. Uh, this is let's see. Um, let's see. So you got pretty much all the stuff you really need for your character right now. Then we're going to buff it up more later and give him. Oh, let's see. Okay, so before we move on to the infamous stats and numbers, um, which I'll have to teach you, it is going to be naming time. So what is this guy's name? Or girl? What is this? What is this? What is the gender? Or is it
Uh,
other?
I'll be a guy, and let me think here.
Okay.
Um, Crap.
Oh man, decisions. Welcome to why we make this a podcast. If you want to enjoy and chill out and just hear people make characters and go like, "Are you idiots? You should have done this with this class." Then this is the right podcast for you.
Mm, off the top of my head, I think.
Tip of
Uh,
my tongue.
Hang on, I got like a list here of somewhere of like sweet character names.
Ooh, okay.
Let's see, Mr.
Let
Beazles, Brian
Mr.
Sherlock,
Bezos.
Chris Courtier, Sledge
Um,
Sanders,
do
Zach
you want me to?
Haywire. Oh, what?
Do you want me to also read you the names of the suggested names of humans?
Um, nah, man, let's not do that. I'll be
Or, well, I mean, like, if I suggest them to you, you can maybe build off of that, is what I'm thinking, but you might be right. Um,
wait. Big Bad Vlad.
Big Bad Vlad?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually haven't seen the common male names. These would in America, if you had these names that D&D suggested, I believe you would get deported right away. Uh,
What if Trump were president, or just like now?
I think Trump was president, probably. That would be more of a likely case than anything else.
Oh, well, unless your last name is Smith, then everyone's just gone.
Well, yeah, I get it. So, Big Bad Vlad?
I'm gonna go with Big Bad Vlad. No one knows what his last name is. He just calls himself that. He's not big either. He's not that bad, but his name is Vlad.
Right.
Yeah, I just thought of that. Let's do that.
All right, cool. Big Bad Vlad it is. Okay, now, here's the fun thing. Choosing points. You have 27 points to spend on
Armor.
first level characters.
Always
On your
so.
strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Now,
All
I will
right.
tell you, every number marks every two numbers marks a add-on. So the real numbers, like the strength is 9, that's just establishing a number. What really is happening is if you rolled, say, a 10 and you have a strength of 9, you subtract 1 from that 10 you rolled, and you rolled a 9 on your strength, which is usually failing. Unless it's a really light thing, like a box with nothing in it. You could lift that with a strength of 9. But stuff like that. So basically, usually what a lot of people do is they'll start off with everything at 12. um, to basically have a +1 on everything.
Okay.
But if you don't want to do that, you could spend it a little bit more to maybe get like a +3 on some stuff. So, what do you want to focus on first as a rogue? Would you want to work on your strength, your dexterity, your constitution? Which really, your constitution, sometimes is saving throws. A lot, saving throws like a mentality saving throw or strength saving throw to see if you keep your strength, and also improving your hit points.
Okay.
So basically, you have a -1 in your constitution. So your hit points starts at 8, but
Pretty
you have
low.
a -1, so you have a 7.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, it's pretty glass cannony. So wait, strength, dexterity. What's dexterity again? Like it's
Dexterity is like your speed. Your basically your like dexterity is pretty much your speed and your agility and your
how's that come into play a lot?
Oh, a lot.
Uh-huh.
If you dexterity is a lot. All of these pretty much come in a lot, except for charisma. Really, even though some people have a high charisma, if you're like a bard or something, charisma is very important.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you need to have a lot of self-confidence to cast your spells when you're not a wizard.
Right. Yeah, it would come into play there.
Yeah. Also, if you're trying to pick up women as well, or men, depending on what kind of bard you are.
Mm-hmm.
No judgment. All bards are bards.
Just trying to think here. Yeah, I probably want to, because like, what's my dexterity looking at by default? Is it higher than others?
By the way, for those who are maybe going nuts because you know what a rogue should have, this is, again, their character creation, and I'm going to let them sort of feel as free as they can. So,
yeah.
Cute.
I'm sure a lot of you are just pulling your hair out and screaming at the screen right now.
Welcome to the podcast. It's the best ever. Tavern talk. Anyways, so what do you want to focus on first?
Speed,
dexterity. Okay, so you want to make that a +1 or +2 or +3?
I got 27 points, right? That's what I'm adding to the pluses to?
Yeah, you have 27 points to spend, and then when that adds up, so basically you're adding up points for the actual number, and then the pluses come with whatever number you raise it to.
Okay.
So you could have a dexterity of 16, and that would give you a +3 on all your rolls, which means you almost will never fail unless you roll really, really badly.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So you want to keep it at +16?
Yeah, let's do that. I think I got to focus on my health though, because out of 7.
Yeah. Do you want to raise your Constitution by 1 or 2 or what?
Let's go with like how many points am I at right now?
You have 18 points left.
Okay.
Math.
Yeah, let me write that down.
Go.
I'm gonna forget.
Welcome to Over the Skype character creation, the most difficult thing that will be ever done.
This is probably the wrong answer, but I'm gonna go.
By the way, I'm also a little bit of a noob of D&D, so if I say something wrong, whatever.
Makes two of us.
Makes it. We're just trying to make it as entertaining as possible, or interesting, as we are having lovely conversations.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 5 to Constitution.
Well, okay, so you can have a +1 or a +2 or a +3 of your Constitution. So what do you want?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do 3 then, the highest. So I got 15 left to go.
You have 9. You have 9 points left.
I thought it was at 18.
Okay, so
with the pluses, yeah, you kind of add those, right?
Yeah, so basically, So basically, you have a dexterity of 16, which gives you +3.
Okay.
So essentially, every 2 points, it goes up a +1. So if you have a if you have a 12, it's a +1. If you have a 14, it's a +2. If you have a 16, it's +3.
Okay. Okay. I'll pretend to remember that. What else?
So right now you have the health points of 11.
Okay.
So you have strength.
Uh-huh.
So basically, you have strength, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma that have been totally not touched at all.
All right. What let's go with all right, what's my strength at?
Your strength is at 9, so you have -1.
Oh, it's hindered there too.
Everything starts at -1.
Oh, okay.
So it is up to you to raise it. Or to make
does that
it.
go for all
If
classes?
you,
That's kind of shitty.
it goes for everything. That's sort of just the way things start. That makes
Okay,
you.
everyone's handicapped then to start with that
Yeah.
mind. Okay, all right. Well, as long yeah. Okay,
So it's not just you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No. So basically, and it might be just the way Orc Pub is set up, but that's sort of, I believe, the way everything is started. So essentially, the strength with the -1 is about, so everything but starting at 10.
Okay.
10, 11 is 0, so that's neutral. So you don't lose anything, but you don't gain anything as well. But starting at 12, you get a +1, and then at 13 you also have a +1. But at 14, 15 is a +2, and then a 16 is a +3, which is as high as you can go in a vanilla D&D.
Okay. All right. Again, this is probably wrong. So let's go +2 to strength. That's
okay,
possible.
So yep.
Okay. And all right, then we have all that's left is wisdom and
Intelligence and charisma.
okay, so wisdom and intelligence are like the same thing to me. What will help me be more useful to?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you decide.
All right. Okay. Let's go back to based off your
I
life.
want you to be as much as you think your character would be. What would your character think, act, or behave like? Would he be very unwise and do very radical actions or stuff like that?
I think I don't know. Is it possible to be like you have wisdom, but then you make really dumb decisions all the time due to lack of intelligence?
It is. It is. Wisdom is sort of it's a very broad term, but stuff like that. But I'm just giving you examples. By the way, you have 4 points left.
Okay, I'll put 1 on wisdom and 1 on charisma.
Okay, so that is at neutral 0.
Okay.
You will get, and intelligence will also be a neutral 0, but it will be 11. So some of the rolls may have +1.
Okay. Well, is that just by default or?
It depends on what. Well, I mean, sometimes it depends on the class. Sometimes it depends on other things. But there you go.
Okay. So that's 3 left.
No, you spent all of your points.
Okay.
So you
perfect.
So you said
it should have been 2 left, but like it's like I don't know. I'm wasting like I feel like I'm wasting 2 per whichever. Every time I put putting 1 on wisdom. I'm not gonna go into it. It's gonna sound stupid.
What's interesting? So you have a strength of 14, which means you have a +2. You have a dexterity of 16, a constitution of 16 as well, which both are +3. You have an intelligence of 11, and you have a wisdom of 10, and you also have a charisma of 10, which all of those are +0 right now.
All right.
And the intelligence may get a +1 depending on what it is.
Okay.
Because your skills are also based off your roll. So if I said make a if I may, let's see, if I said sort of making an investigation check, that would be rolling for your intelligence for stuff like that.
All right. Gotcha.
And there you go. That is your character. Are you happy with this?
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna sound like an NPC. All right, awesome. Export PDF and I'm gonna put that on the screen and show you the amazing pictures of holy shit. Oh wow. Oh okay. Holy god. Okay, so basically your dexterity is off the chain, dude. So your dexterity, because you're a rogue and you're proficient at your dexterity, because you're a thief, you're light.
Yeah.
You have a +5.
Oh, awesome.
So your acrobatics that you're proficient at.
Yeah. Just amplified.
It is. And your stealth and sleight of hand, that is on steroids. That is on steroids.
Fucking rad, dude. All right, I'm getting ready to Spider-Man my way through Fantasyland.
Yeah, and as a human thief,
but I'm really stupid.
It's amazing. This is going to be the best thing I've ever seen used in a fight. So here are your special abilities as a rogue that
Awesome.
you now have. You have sneak attack, which means you know how to strike subtly and exploit a foe's distraction. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 of damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll, which means usually you are very sneaky and usually you will have advantage, so you do double, or no, not double, but an extra amount of damage as well. And the attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon, which is fine. We'll get you your weapons and we'll handle that later. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. So that's like flanking and whatnot. That enemy's incapacitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a word.
Awesome.
And you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Oh, for real? Sick.
Yeah. Do you know what advantage and disadvantage is? Basically,
no.
So basically, advantage means that you get to roll a d20 twice for something, and you can take whatever the higher number is. A disadvantage is basically you have to take the opposite, the lowest number of the two rolls.
Oh, jeez.
And so basically, because you're a rogue, attack rolls you do not get a disadvantage on.
Oh man, thank God.
And the amount of extra damage increases.
I would have been crazy worried about that.
That's fine. And the amount of extra damage increases as you gain levels in this class, as shown in the sneak attack column of the rogue table in the actual book. And then thieves can't, during your rogue training, you learn that thieves can't a secret mix of dialect, jargon, and code that allows you to hide messages in seemingly normal conversation. Only another creature that knows thieves can't understand such messages. So basically, if you are a band of rogues, only you guys understand what you're talking about sometimes. It takes 4 times longer to convey such a message than it does to speak the same idea plainly. In addition, you understand a set of secret signs and symbols used to convey short, simple messages, such as whether an area is dangerous or the territory of a thieves' guild, whether loot is nearby, or whether the people in the area are easy marks or will provide a safe house for the thieves to run. So
I'm good at identifying that, basically.
So basically, yeah. But so basically, like if you in the series that your character is going to be in, that's actually going to be really useful. So basically, your character will have like a team, and basically you can tell that person, whoever plays your character, will be able to tell secret plans that the person, whether near them or not, cannot tell. Basically, it's like baseball with the hand gestures, like how to pitch.
Right.
Yeah. It's stuff like that. That's what you can do with your special ability as a thief.
That's so tight. I gotta take note of that and add it to my character in my other series I'm doing. Who's a thief?
Awesome.
That's a pretty cool ability. I didn't know that existed.
Yep, it is.
But
It's
it makes perfect
basically you.
sense.
Yeah, it's basically a bunch of jib jab that means something totally different than what is actually being said. So it's amazing.
Hey man, that resonates so perfectly with God, when I was living in the Philippines, like everything I was like saying to people, just I would get that begoggled expression from everybody, just like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And unless I was talking to someone
Oh,
else, you know.
yeah. Oh,
Spoke
we totally
English.
forgot about your. We totally forgot about your alignment. Shoot. Uh, do you want to be neutral evil, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil, lawful neutral, or lawful good?
Let's see, what makes a good anti-hero? I'll probably go with chaotic good. I mean, that's like
Chaotic good.
that's anti-hero territory, right?
I guess that could be Deadpool. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. Because I just saw like looking on the sheet that I was like, oh god, it's neutral evil. Okay, so Big Bad Vlad is actually chaotic good.
He's not. He doesn't have the kind of like energy that you see most of those fourth wall breaking anti-heroes have. Like he's
Yeah. Holy shit, you have an initiative of 3. So that means when there's a battle, and usually battles in Dungeons and Dragons become turn based, they roll for initiative. And basically you have a plus
I
3. So
sweet. That's
so
all I
you
needed to
will
hear, man.
you will be most likely going first a lot.
Okay, awesome. That's totally the thief's way. They unfair advantage, but really easy to kill.
This is going to be so weird. I'm so excited to see how this goes.
Sick
But
man.
yeah, this has been Tavern Talk, and we have made the first ever character of the series. So that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, if you're close enough, thank you so much for having me aboard. Sorry, I'm probably going to be the most boring guest you ever have on this podcast.
Oh, spare me! If you like animations, then you can subscribe to the channel because Matty Burrito will be doing it. And if you like Matty Burrito specifically with his all awesome animations, you could also check it out on his channel and make sure to subscribe. He will be getting that play button, but it would be nice to get the gold one too with 1,000,000, and he will get there. I believe in him. And no problem. I love you, man. Um, and then also be sure to also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Links in the description below. And we will come back with another episode of Tavern Talk with who knows who. But anyways, thanks guys so much for watching, and be sure to check out the other shows that we have coming up. All right, thank you again so much for coming on, Matt. I
Thanks
actually
for
had a
having
lot
me,
of fun.
dude.
It was a really chill podcast episode. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, man. I'm always down to hang with friends and talk, and be recorded doing so. So, thanks for having me on, dude. It was great. And to all you guys listening, stay classy, stay out of trouble. Make good decisions, unlike me.
And do you have any other places apart from your YouTube channel that you want people to follow you on?
If you just search Matty Burrito on most social medias, like you can find me on Facebook, Newgrounds, uh, Instagram, Twitter. I'm Matty Burrito on all of those. So if you just look me up, you'll find me. And if you want to talk or see my stuff, go there.
All right, make sure
Tumblr
to.
also.
Oh yeah, Tumblr. You always gotta get Tumblr in when you're an artist.
It's like social.
Um,
It's an obligation.
yeah. So yeah, just make sure to. What is your slogan? Follow you into oblivion.
That's one of them. Yeah, you can follow me into oblivion and just go down with me. Got nothing better to do on a.
High selling point. Alrighty then. Well, in that case, this is Baylor from the B&B Tavern team, and you have listened to Tavern Talk. So, without further ado, again, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz, and thank you guys so much for
Good night, guys.
have a good night, and thank you so much for maybe tolerating noobs, but
Yeah,
we will.
sorry, I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's fine, YOLO, whatever. But anyways, have a great night, guys, and day, depending on whether you're listening to this or not. And we will see you guys later. Bye!
Stay awesome.